Good evening. This is Pete Hobler for the final therapy session for August 8th, 2021. Our final therapy session today will be with Esmeralda Cuthbert, who is here today, and she and I are just going to talk real quick about our final therapy session, about letting you know that everything we talk about here is going to stay confidential, just between you and I, and that this is a safe spot. So, how are you doing today?
Okay.
That's good. So, on our last therapy session, we had talked a lot about going back to work during the COVID outbreak. During this time, you had some concerns about what you were going to do with your son, Will, returning to work, because it's changing some patterns and there's going to be some inconsistencies with the routine. So, as we left off through the last session, I had you work on a homework assignment that you talked about 5 things that you were going to list of the sort to talk about the preparations you were going to make to help you with this. So I wanted to review that with you first to see how that was, because as you know, today are going to be our last session to make sure that we're on the same page at its conclusion. So here's your list that you had given me. Would you like to read them to me, please?
Okay. I wanted to find out if the school had any COVID breakouts, uh, any any kids or teachers that were sick in the school.
Mhm.
I wanted to see if the teachers are required to be vaccinated and if they're still requiring masks. I was going to look for alternate ideas, possibly having maybe just a babysitter or a family friend look after them. Uh, if I didn't like uh, how things were going at the school, or if I didn't think it was safe, I was going to look into my work schedule to see if my boss was going to be flexible if I didn't feel comfortable sending him back to school, and see what I could work out there. And I was going to find out what happens if my son or myself were to actually get sick. Uh, if I'd have to use vacation days or if there's something else in place.
That's fantastic. It shows that you've made a lot of preparations. And these things that you've said, a lot of this kind of talks about some concerns you had in our previous therapy session, and I think you did good there to address a lot of those concerns. Did you think of any other concerns that you might have had since then, or any other ideations, or was this okay with?
I think as long as the school, seems to be clean, then I think we'll be okay sending them back to school.
Right. So you saw that the school didn't have any breakouts. You found out if the teachers are vaccinated, and now you said that they're all wearing masks.
Yes.
So about you had said that for alternative school ideas and a babysitter for a family, that for days that maybe that daycare wasn't available, then you have somebody that you can use for family or a babysitter.
Yes.
And finding out if the work schedule will be flexible.
Yeah, my boss, he said, it was going to be a flexible thing coming back to work, so I might only have to go in a couple days.
Okay. So that's good that they will allow you some time to come from home. And what happens if son or yourself get sick?
They actually do not require us to use our PTO. They have uh, I don't know if it's like a medical leave act or exactly they're calling it, but we still get paid for 2 weeks if we are out sick or taking care of someone who's sick.
Great. So you do have some type of medical leave or financial assistance if something happens if you did get sick. Okay. Well, you've done an excellent job during these therapy sessions. And before we close out, I wanted to say that it's been nice working with you. and I wanted to give you my business card here to let you know that you can contact me through this. Before I do that, I wanted to say, was there any thoughts or concerns or anything else that you think that you needed to tell me where you could need any help or assistance? Or do you feel like you've got things wrapped up?
I think I'm good.
Okay, so I gave you my business card here, and what I'm going to have you do is that if something goes wrong or tragic or some type of crisis, just give me a call by the end of next week on the 16th of August.
Okay,
All right, thanks Esmeralda for your time and coming in.
thank you.
You're welcome.